Appropriate email and online etiquette. This session will go over how to do these items in a good fashion. Avoid private matters that do not need to be discussed via email. In case arose where such matters needed to be discussed, it would be better to do so in person. This is the case of a supervisor and an employee. Have clear and concise subject line. This way, the person reading it already knows the basic subject of the email. Once they see the email come in, they can read the subject line very easily, and then they'll know what the email is about in a short matter of time. Have a clean and tidy format. If the email is messy or formatted improperly, this could cause unneeded distraction and your message may be lost. This is especially in the case of a reply chain where you could have multiple replies or multiple caret symbols in your reply that might not add any to the email. Do not use shorthand, jargon, emojis, or emoticons. Typically, these items will add confusion to the email unless the reader is already familiar with them. This could be the case if you're emailing an employee, such as an engineer, and you're an engineer, and y'all are using terms that you're both familiar with, then this would be acceptable. Refrain from spending one-word emails or replies unless necessary. While it may seem rude to send a thanks to a recipient who helped you out, but these are oftentimes unnecessary. One situation that may exclude this rule if your boss is asking you if you will be present during a scheduled meeting or something of that nature. Do not email angry. It is easy to read an email and assign a specific intent or emotion to it. That is not what the author actually intended. Replying to these emails while emotionally charged is never a good idea. Brief introduction. Especially if this is the first time you're emailing this recipient, give a brief introduction of yourself, explaining who you are. You can even give a brief introduction of your contact information, maybe your phone number, and this would be a good idea if the recipient might have a question, they can call you directly. Make sure the people who are sending the email need to know this information. In this day and age, people are getting a large amount of email. If we just take a few seconds to go over the list of recipients to make sure they need to know this information, this will result in a more efficient communication. Make the email itself short and to the point. Having just enough detail to explain the message efficiently without being too wordy or too long-winded will help the message across. This will make it easier for the recipient not to get confused or the message to be lost. Include a signature. Including your signature with your contact information, especially your phone number, will help if any questions arise. They can call you directly at your phone number listed, or they can email you directly at your email listed, especially if you would prefer them to email you at a different email than the one you're replying from. Use appropriate language. The use of foul language and or swear words will distract from the message you are trying to convey. And I believe this goes along with email as well as social media. If you use words that offend people, they may be distracted from whatever you're trying to get across to them. Be patient with others. Not everyone has the same level of experience when it comes to technology. Showing patience will go a long way. And this is especially in regards to new people who are trying to learn the technology. Give them a little bit of patience and help them learn it. That way, in the future, they'll know what to do. Don't spam. This could be either email or social media. Spamming is never a good way to communicate to others. Example of this could be if you have a side job, you're trying to advertise for it on your social media, which is fine, but don't cross the line where you're just spamming it continuously throughout the day to any message board. Don't spread rumors. Relaying a rumor without proof is not an effective way of communicating online. This could either be an email in the corporate world or social media or just online.